So good morning, everybody. Welcome back. My name's Andrew, and you're watching the Kelley's Country Life. And it is a cold, chilly day here in Florida, believe it or not. So as I'm standing here enjoying the last of what's left over from last night's fire, I got to thinking, you know what? We better go split some firewood today. So reason being is because, well, as you can see, it's freezing outside. I have spent the last couple of days, several hours, sanding down some tongue groove pine, and I'm at a point in our house build where I need to do a lot of outside painting and poly coating, and I just cannot do it in this weather. So what better to do in this type of weather? Well, go split firewood. At least today I shouldn't be hot and sweaty, and we need to get a lot done. I actually just run into a neighbor this morning who told me he's getting ready to push and clear out a tree line on his property back behind me. And I said, hey, what are you doing with all those really big oaks that you're going to push out of that tree line? He said, I'm either going to push them in a pile and burn them or probably just let them rot. I said, hey, do you care if I come back there and cut some firewood out of that? He said, come on. So that's got me thinking. I've got a bunch of firewood rounds on the ground down there. We need to go ahead and get splitting, stacking today, and I need to get ready for potentially a big firewood haul coming up over the next several weeks once he starts clearing out his property. So let's get to work. You know, I got to thinking, since I'm going to be down here for several hours today, everything's damp, we've got rain rolling in a few hours with another cold front, might as well light up the old fire ring and start pitching all the bark and nasty stuff that comes off as a split and clean this wood yard up a little. I have stuff everywhere. No better way to clean up than to burn it. All right, and just like that, we've got a third of a cord ready to go. And look at the mess over there. I'm glad I went ahead and lit that fire. That is all wet bark and rotten pieces of wood. I'm sure as y'all are watching me split this, a lot of it's more solid than it looks, but it's my mistake. I've let this sit on the ground for 6 or 7 months, maybe even longer, and it started getting wet, damp, and trying to rot on me. So this is definitely not some wood that we're burning inside. We don't have an inside fireplace. This is nothing I would sell, but it would be perfectly fine now that it's up and gonna air dry for our outside fire pit. Keep in mind, 99% of the wood you see me split is for us to enjoy in an outside fire pit. Although, if I can really start picking some trees up and splitting and getting a lot seasoned for next year, I'm gonna sell some on the side. I've had plans to do a little roadside firewood stand. A lot of other channels do it. I really like the idea of that, and it kind of takes care of itself. Let's just face it, to live this lifestyle, to try to do YouTube full-time, I need other revenue streams and sources of income, at least until the channel gets much bigger than it is now. So firewood is gonna be one of those things. Well, I've got to head back up to the house, start working on ordering our countertops for the house, so that's nice. I'm gonna eat lunch, and then I'm gonna come back out here this afternoon. If the rain holds off, my plan today is to get a cord of wood split, so that means I'll record after lunch. We'll have another splitting video coming. I've got some massive rounds over here. I may dive right into that, so we'll have to do some vertical and horizontal splitting to kind of get that to where I can handle it. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.